Little computer difficulty there. Hi, everybody. It's Mr. First down here, your favorite Titans fan, and we are ready to jump into this episode of Fanboys Unleashed. It has been a while. I am happy to be back. I'm happy to be back with you. Let's get this show started. Let's talk about this coaching search, coaches all around the league. Let's talk about all the decisions that need to be made by Borgo for the Tennessee Titans team. It's time to get this thing moving. It's time to start the show. Happy Friday. Let's start it out with a bang, shall we? And bam. Happy Friday evening, everybody. It is Mr. First Down, your favorite Titans fan, and welcome to Fanboys Unleashed, all NFL talk around the landscape 365 as many times as I can. Goose is here. Goose is one of my favorite people. He ribs me constantly. He ribs me cleverly, but you got to be careful around Goose. He's a tricksy Packers fan. Speaking of Packers, have you guys heard about this Matt LaFleur stuff? Do you think it's viable? I personally think firing him is a bad idea, but the story is out there. And I've talked to many a Packers fan who thinks it might be time for him to go. So I think it's a little strange to me. I think he just needs a little more time and some more guys on the roster, perhaps that weren't as injured. I just think I'm not ready for Matt LaFleur to go. If I'm a Packers fan. But if he does, shoot, come on back, buddy. We'd be happy to have you. Hello. Oh, that's a big name. Let's see. LaFleur is going to be gone. He can't build a coaching staff. Okay. All right. Cool. If that's what you say, you seem to be the guy. So I understand it. Hello. Yo, back to you, buddy. Hey. Hi. What's your favorite team? Oh, obviously Carolina. Come on, bro. Look around the screen. Those jaded Packers fans are about to be the current Steelers. Woo! Strong words. Love the Tennessee theme, he says. Well, that's good to know. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, we are on our way to this coaching search. Thank God we're on this slog end of this season here. 6 games left, everybody. 6 games left, and we can get the heck out of here and begin the coaching search in the fullest. So we start out with several things. I'm going to start out with the coaches I don't want. I do not want any college coach coming out. I think their systems have ruined draft picks coming out. I think it has hurt their stock. I think what they've run is just not good for the NFL, really. You see it with offensive linemen. You see it with wide receivers. There's entire articles written about it. It's not good with these college coaches. They're just not doing the players any favors. They're not doing the team any favors by doing the players any favors. It's just not good enough. So I do not want any college coach. That's my first one. Number 2, I do not want a Jim Schwartz type. Now, I love Jim Schwartz as a defensive coordinator. He's been an assistant in all these other places, but he seems like another one of these guys that's got an ego and stuff. And I think we've had enough of that kind of attitude. Now, listen, plenty of coaches have ego and stuff, and it's fine, and it works for them. But Schwartz had a plenty of opportunity in Detroit, and he couldn't make it work with Stafford. Now, I don't think he's a guy that's going to be like, let me build something around this team. Let me build around this quarterback and stuff like that. He's a great defensive mind. He loves Tennessee, and that's great. I always appreciate people that like where you're from and like the organization and stuff like that. But Jim Schwartz, not really feeling it. Not really feeling it. That's my number 2. My number 3 of guys I don't want. It's got to be like some of these no-name guys. like there's the defensive coordinators out there that are up and coming. Not really the offensive guys, because I get it. You really need an offensive guy for Cam and everything like that. But these first year defensive coordinators names that keep popping up, I don't want any of them either. Hey, look, we've seen plenty of guys come in year one and make a heck of a difference. But that doesn't mean it's a consistent, it doesn't happen on a consistent basis enough for me to really go in on a defensive guy that just got here. Now, I'm open to like a Robert Saleh for his retread. I'm open to, I think it was the Seahawks defensive coordinator they were looking at. No, wait, they were looking at the offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak and stuff. I'm open to somebody who's looking for a retread that is a defensive-minded coach. But like Halfley and guys like that, I'm just not feeling it. I don't want to go for it. It seems like it's just not true. So let's see. If Tomlin comes available, do you want him? Absolutely. I'll take Tomlin. Why not? I love it. Too many coordinators get credit for a great GM drafting well. I agree, Jay. I'm just not about it. I wouldn't mind giving Flores another retread. I kind of raise an eyebrow at him, though. He seems to be very edgy. And then he's like mad at the league or whatever. And, you know, I'm not doing this and this until I get what I want. And then he doesn't get what he wants and he disappears. Then he comes back like nothing's happened. It's a little weird with Flores. But, I mean, like, look, let's be honest here. I trust Borgo, okay? Borgo came in here, did an impromptu press conference and kind of calmed the waters around here. It made the Titans fans just kind of say, okay, at least I know there's somebody with a plan here. So, honestly, they said this plan, but now you get to hear more of it in detail. The guy came out there in a press conference with a notebook, and he explained why he cut every single player, why he traded every single player. It was nice. It was a very open, candid conversation. Wasn't fake. Loved it. So he is going to take his pick. And boy, I don't envy him, because this is like the title of this show, right? This is the coach of destiny. You got to find somebody. And people are already freaking out because all it takes is one little report, right? Steve Sarkisian, you know, I've already talked about the college coach, but Sarkisian made people go, why? Why are they looking at Sarkisian? Looking at Lane Kiffin. Why? Why are they looking at Lane Kiffin? Guys, they're going to look at everybody. Everyone is going to get looked at. It's just how it goes. You go down the list of guys. You don't want to miss any stone unturned kind of thing. Everybody's going to get a look at. So I just, you know, sometimes you have to go back to go forward. I kind of felt like the Matthew McConaughey Lincoln commercial. That's what it kind of felt like to me. How about Lincoln Riley? No, not really feeling it or whatnot. Now, you could talk me into a Clint Kubiak. You could talk me into a Joe Brady. You could talk me into one of those. I think I'd be fine with that. You could talk me into a Cliff Kingsbury. You could talk me into that. I'm down for those guys for sure. But I got to say, number one right now is probably Mike McCarthy. I would think Mike McCarthy would be the one that's probably going to win. Apparently, he has people in the organization that he is familiar with, or I don't know who it is. I did a preliminary glance, but I guess there's somebody there that he's connected with, or people's. Yeah, old Mike. Goose says old Mike in the comments. I always call him Fat Mike, but you know, he does have an impressive resume. He does get guys going sooner, and then it gets stale. So if you bring him in, maybe he's a foundational piece. I don't know. I don't know how any of that stuff works. Some people just want something new and fresh and make it all pretty and whatnot. Right now, we just need some wins. Okay, I just need some wins. I would love for you and hate for me. Hey, I think you're doing just fine. Jay Wright is a Colts fan and my brother-in-law, ladies and gentlemen. it just depends on what goes on there. But I think Mike McCarthy is probably leading the way there. When it comes to retreads, like I said earlier, you have a Robert Saleh. Arthur Smith is going to get looked at again because Arthur spent uh, a lot of time here. Good coach. He coached Rodgers. Well, I mean, he had success with the Cowboys too. I think he's a good coach. Okay, he's won a Super Bowl, and I think he's a good coach as far as look what he did with the Cowboys. Got a couple of 12-win seasons. I think he's got an impressive resume, and I think he can make something happen. In this division, you don't think Mike could win? This isn't the NFC North or East. Yeah, I agree. If you hire Smith, you better have 3 tight ends. He does. Hey, listen, when he was here, that offense was humming. We were averaging over 20, like 4 touchdowns a game. He was a fun coordinator. It worked there. It was magic there for a little bit. I have to be honest here. I love Arthur Smith. I've purposely stayed away from saying his name, but I do love Arthur Smith. Just I like the guy. He's been here a while. I've met him, and he remembered me after he met me years later. He's just a cool dude. I like him. Now I don't think he's going to get the job, but I like Arthur. So just know if I'm complaining about Arthur on the internet, I secretly love him. It's like Jameis Winston, right? He's my Jameis Winston. Everybody loves Jameis. And good for Jameis, by the way, getting the nod to start there. Jameis is I keep calling him America's sweetheart. That's exactly what he is. Anyway, I think Mike McCarthy is leading the way here, especially if he's got some ends in the organization. I just don't know who it is. I got to try to find it out. Cliff Kingsbury is a number 2 for me. I feel like he's a retread that's worth taking. Look what he did with Jalen Daniels. I think people look at that and they like that kind of thing. If the Packers do fire Matt LaFleur, I think the Titans jump on him pretty quickly. The other name I was kind of looking at was Kevin Stefanski from the Browns. I don't think the Browns have done Mr. Stefanski any favors there. They've kind of removed things. They kind of pushed Massage Watson on him. I just don't think it's working out there. I think it's run its course. I would love to have Kevin Stefanski in another place, and I'm sure he has done more with less before, and I think Stefanski could do that again, if that makes any sense. Also, it's a smaller market against smaller market teams. His main problem in Green Bay was expectations. The problem in Dallas was similar, but had a GM owner who couldn't help himself. Oh, Lord have mercy. I just can't imagine trying to coach a team with Jerry sitting over the shoulder. Ooh. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with it. I ain't got none of that. I ain't got that. Some other names out there. Clint Kubiak's intriguing. He seems to be pretty steady on offense. Clint Kubiak has done great things in Minnesota. He's done great things now with the Seahawks. He sounds like a guy that's going to start getting looked at for head coaching gigs. I imagine the Giants will take a look at him. I imagine some other people will take a look at him as well. Let's see, Giants. Who other job is coming over? Probably the Browns, stuff like that. So Clint is an intriguing prospect, but I think if you're hungry for wins after these 2 bad years, you're probably still going to go with Mike McCarthy. The other one I haven't said that I've stayed away from is John Gruden. And I've only stayed away from him because nobody else is saying John Gruden. And if the local guys that have to write stuff for the team and whatnot are not saying John Gruden's name, it's probably a good expectation that they're not hearing his name thrown around. The names that they keep coming up with and saying, from Buck Rising to Paul Kaharski to Jim Wyatt to Teron Davenport to Joe Rexrode, it's going to be Mike McCarthy, Cliff Kingsbury, probably one of those two. You got to have a seasoned coach. This isn't a job for no, it isn't. It's got to be some guy that knows what he's doing. You're right. All right. I am intrigued by that, though. Intrigued by Clint Kubiak and such. Now, we have gotten through the bye week here. Guys supposedly have gotten their stuff done. I'm happy to hear that Cam Ward studied film and talked about keeping his feet down, which is nice. I love that somebody's aware and speaking, truth about themselves and other things around the league. You got this poor walking corpse of Mike McCoy that's just trying to keep everybody healthy and whatnot. Oh, I don't know if we've won it, Jay, but I like what I've heard about that. All right, Goose. Now you're just hurting my feelings. That's how you get blocked, Goose, when you say things like that. Yeah. I wonder how long New England signed him to his contract, because Mike Vrabel gets up there and everybody goes, "Hey, Mike, welcome. By the way, we're hiring your offensive coordinator because you're not doing that. We saw what you did in Tennessee with your offensive coordinator. You got lucky with Arthur, and then you couldn't find one because you had Matt LaFleur, and that offense was the 27th ranked offense in the league. And then amazingly, Matt LaFleur goes to Green Bay and is instantly, making things happen. So it's funny when you look at these things because he didn't run a good offense in Tennessee. In fact, he was starting another running back before Derrick Henry. And then he goes to Green Bay and he makes it work. It's funny how the NFL that is. It's good on the Packers seeing through a bad season calling plays. But I bet you they wanted to see Matt LaFleur get some play calling under his belt before they hired him. But it was fascinating. You really think it's Rodgers there? I mean, he had a good year with Jordan Love and such, right? He had good years with Jordan Love earlier, yeah. I still don't think you should get rid of him, but maybe you're right, Goose. You seem to be more Packer savvy, so I'll lean your direction. If you think it's all Rodgers or whatever, then fine. But LaFleur is so predictable. Can you elongate the so it goes so predictable? Jay Wright says I haven't put it in chat yet. So you can get 33 the rebuild top of the yeah. Oh yeah, the whole sorted affair or whatnot, and how everybody talks about, well, they got rid of this GM and they got rid of this GM, and yet the two GMs haven't gotten jobs in the league. Like, come on, they were bad at their job. Bad picks for GM, and it's cost him ego and just dogged stupidity at times from leadership. But things hopefully will turn around. There's nowhere to go but up now, to be honest with you. I grow so tired of the Mike Vrabel stuff, though. I finally let my feelings out on social media because that's a good idea, right? And I'm just so tired of hearing about it. Do you miss Mike Vrabel? Do you miss Mike Vrabel? And eventually I was like, you know what? Screw it. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I wish him nothing but pain. How about that? Okay? I don't care about Mike Vrabel. I don't care what he's doing. I don't care. He's not on my team anymore. I could care less. The same with Derrick Henry. I could care less what he's doing. Not on the team anymore. Don't care. All right? I'm focused on finishing out this year, watching these rookies, hoping to see some more growth there. And you've seen growth from DK, Gunnar Helm, Io Manor, but I think Io Manor's kind of hit a wall right now, rookie wall. He could get better. And, of course, our quarterback, Cam Ward. So, by the way, I have to mention this. It was really cool and apparent. Paul Kaharski talked about this. We're starting to see some big leadership roles from Big Jeff. Big Jeff got, if you don't know, got in trouble a couple of times or whatnot for mouthing off to the press. I think he actually called Buck Reisen a female anatomy. So, it's good to see Jeff out there taking a leadership role, talking to the press in calm manner and answering questions and giving good answers. It's a complete 180. Maybe he finally realized after Borgonzi said, hey, you're the guy we're building this defense around. So, stuff like that. Well, come back here. Stop disappearing. Stop disappearing, Goose. Will Ward ever be as good as May? I don't know, man. He's a rookie right now. I'm not passing judgment on any rookie. I'm not crowning a rookie. I'm not putting down a rookie. That's how I operate, and that's was the wise way to operate. I think it is the wise way, but we've changed so much, and people of instant gratification that we can't even let a guy have a rookie year anymore. It's so silly to me that people are like, nope, done with him. It's over. Rookie year. Yeah. When they asked Mike Bergonzi about it, the Titans GM, he said, looks like a quarterback playing on a team that had the first round draft pick this year might be getting another one. I thought that was an excellent question. To what Goose said, I know from our conversation, you are really high on me. I am. I watched him throw around his first year. There were some great over-the-shoulder throws, and I'm sure I give myself a little pat on the back there. Thank you, but I liked what I saw from May. I just knew he needed a little more guidance, and I thought that was May. That's how I feel about Golden. Yeah, well, you should. These guys are literally in the league. We just talked about how the college game has kind of screwed these players coming out and whatnot. You got to shake them off. Look at this, for example. Peter Skronsky, our left guard. He is an all-pro left guard on this offensive line. He's great. He's good. We're going to pay him a lot of money, get an extension, all the good things, right? So he's in year 3, and this popped in, okay? Year 1, he was rough. Year 2, he was kind of mediocre. Year 3, he's starting to peak. So but when you look around the league, that's what's happening with these rookie offensive linemen. Nobody's coming in and straight up dominating. Joe Alt did okay, but he hit a rookie wall like anybody else does. These things with the guys coming out of college it's just taking a while for them to get there, and sometimes they don't get there. Can you imagine using a first-round draft pick on an offensive lineman and him not getting there? You know what I mean? Like that's rough, because it used to be if you drafted an offensive lineman in the first round, you were good to go. Like that guy starting, he's the guy. It's not the case anymore. It stinks. Is that because of less padded practices and less preseason games? Says Goose. No, I think it's the college game. All in all, we've had less practices and less padded games before, but when the college game started playing weird stuff, it whatever. Now, I do agree that has led to more injuries, though. Yeah. And maybe it's a attributing factor, but I think most of all that I think the college game has just ruined a lot of these players. And I'm not really wild about it. It's one reason I don't want to coach from there. I just don't want it. No thanks. No thanks. Not really feeling it. But anyway. So we go into this week. It looks like it's the Texans this week as I glance over at the calendar. With look, they're probably not winning another game. I hate saying that. I hate being a Debbie Downer, because I'm a pretty positive guy, but I think I could be a realistic fan here. If they steal this game, great. I'll clap for them. I'll be happy for them. But I don't believe they can steal anything. Not with that many rookies starting. Another, that's actually pretty good. You should get that trademark. Another game of the week. Aha. So clever, Goose. So clever. But really, yeah, it's, we got 6 weeks left in this game. I'm about to get a new Titans hat, though, because I had a Jets fan. He bet me at the beginning of the year. He's at work in the warehouse. I said, but he kept saying the Jets are going to win 8 games this year. And I scoffed. I said, listen, I know you're probably right, and I'll be yeah. So I told this guy in shipping, and he said, yeah, they're winning 8 games. My Jets are winning 8 games. I said, you are out of your mind. I know bad football, and that is bad football. They are not going to get 8 games. Now, I like the coach they hired and everything. I don't like him being kind of a baby to a reporter, but he's a rookie head coach. He's got to get used to it too, and he's got a lot of work to do. But So he says 8 games. And I say, if they win 8 games, I will buy you a new era Jets hat of your choice. If they don't win 8 games, you have to buy me a Titans New Era's hat of my choice. And he said, done. We shook hands on it, whatnot. So he has to win. He has to win next week. Oh, Lord. Fields is very bad. Yeah. I'd bet the mortgage on the yeah. Oh, buddy. I'm going to get me a nice, pretty hat. Oh, it's going to be glorious. I can't wait. But yeah, so he bet me that, and I was like, bud, you can't do this. You can't do this to yourself. So also, I will not be I had no idea. You were like, oh, I'm sorry. You have to ring the bell. You have to ring the bell on YouTube, and it'll go, oh, look, Sam's live. Yay. Or I'm sorry, Mr. First Down. Sam's my government name. The government name thing, so funny. But you have to look at it through the aspect of where you are and whatnot. The other thing I wanted to say is that he says he did. Well, I don't know why I didn't tell you. And maybe your notifications are off or something. Is that everybody will kick you while you were down. Okay. It's without a fact, we see it throughout the league after year. Bottom feeders get kicked around, get all the crazy stories told about them, like, oh, the Titans are not going to do business with the Patriots because the owner hates it. It's completely false, but we got to keep putting up with it because one reporter said something about it. But, your local reporters say it's not true, but nobody wants to listen to that because they love the drama. They love the drama. It's that's the one thing that is consistent with the NFL and the reporters and everything. They want conflict, they want drama, and they will do anything they say they can to find it. Look, it's a silly thing. It's a dumb thing. But listen, Titans fans, Jets fans, who else is down here? Saints fans, they're going to just treat us like crap. They're going to say mean things. They're going to say all kinds of things. But then if you're good, they'll be quiet. That's just how it is, crap sells sometimes, and I hate that. I hate it. Browns, definitely. Oh, bro, don't bring your lies to my show. Don't you bring your lies to my show. I know you. Don't you bring your lies to my show. Anyway, thank you all for watching me. Let me know. I'll put a post out there on the Instagram and the Facebook, the X, and everything about which coach do you really think should go to the Titans. And I would like you to be serious. I know you don't want to be serious, but I like you to be serious. That who do you think they're going to get overall? And we will move on from there. Thank you all for watching. I will be live again on Sunday at 8:30, so I can recap the Sunday's action, what I saw from the team of the day. Yes, I am going to the stadium Sunday. Yes, I always do. Yes, it's going to be fine. Just how it is. Goose, I don't even know who that is. Oh, hello, Carlos. Carlos is a reporter. He works for Esquena. I hope I said the name right. He does good stuff. He has a podcast for the Texans called Just Fans Podcast, and they do a terrific job over there. If you like some Texans news or want to get your update, I mean, so there's people that are not Titans fans that listen to me that seem to like me. I really like Carlos's thing. Oh, Goose, I think we're done with the guys that aren't calling their own plays. That's what we just got out of. So, thanks, but no thanks. Can't. Love to, but can't. Anyway, thank you all. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your football games, okay? See you Sunday, 8:30, Colts bye week. I got nothing but to follow the Titans Sunday. Oh, God, don't do that to yourself. There's so many better things you could do. Hug my nieces and nephews, Jay Wright, or nieces, Jay Wright, I should say. Y'all have a great evening. Enjoy your Friday. Feel free to hit me up, like and subscribe. All the good things, baby. You all have a wonderful night.